This is Eagle Owl, and today we're gonna talk about Kelee Ringo. He gotta be ready. He gotta be ready, and I will explain why. Also, Jihaad Campbell can be our Jaden Daniel stopper. I mean, we ain't need one, but if he could be that stopper, we're gonna talk about it. Lastly, AJ Brown speaks to the media. He talks about the offense, what need to evolve, but we're gonna talk about that as well. But let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we hop straight into it, I'm shooting this video 7 a.m. in the morning, and I'm hearing that it's pretty much confirmed but not officially announced. George Pickens will be going to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not sure what the Dallas Cowboys giving up, but it's a splash. A splash is happening. And look, Dallas got no excuses. They got no excuses. They're going to have their starting quarterback. They have, of course, CD Lamb. Now CD Lamb get the wide receiver too. They quote unquote got the Jalen Carter stopper and Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker is going to be the one to stop Jalen Carter. So they got the offensive line man guy that they wanted. They got the wide receiver too. They got Jaden Blue, who I really like. They got a good running back. I think they did good in the draft by getting Donovan Izaraku. Their draft was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good. Besides the Tyler Booker one, the rest of the picks were nice. So again, just no excuses, no excuses at all for them not to be a playoff team, for them not to be contenders, unless the O line is overhyped. Now, if they got a bad O line, nothing matters. But yeah, no excuses, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But shout out to the division in general, right? Eagles, Super Bowl champs. We kept our core pieces here. We added some pieces. So to me, we got better. The Cowboys getting better. They working on their roster. Washington got better. And the Giants even got better. Like they got Russell Wilson, Malik Neighbors, and they got better. I like competition. I like competition. So hey, maybe the Eagles make a big splash. We don't know. We don't know. But all I have to say is if Kelee Ringo's cornerback too, gotta be ready, bro. Let's just get straight into the topics. You gotta be ready, bro. I've seen this time and time again, whereas though we had one good cornerback and then they slide the best receiver to our bad quarterback. Remember Michael Jaquette? Remember how they kept lining CD Lamb up against him because Slay wouldn't travel, or at least the defensive coordinator wouldn't let him travel, and Michael Jaquette let up like 180 yards or something like that. Like he was getting torched. I could see that happening. If Kelee Ringo's not ready, they're going to try to torch him. And Kelee Ringo, we need him ready going into the season because the draft told me we haven't made any moves yet, but everything is pointing to, Kelee Ringo, you the guy. Beat out Adoree Jackson. Beat out these other guys. Beat out Eli Ricks because you're the guy. Now, again, I like Kelee Ringo coming out of college. He was a raw talent. He had the speed. He had the size, and we know how he can move. But it's some of the technique things he just had to fix of being a cornerback. That's why a lot of people like just move him to safety because I don't like how fluid his hips is. This, that, and the third. But we talking about going into year 3 now. That stuff has to be down packed and ready. He has to be ready. We talking about George Pickens that's coming into the division. He's like one of those physical tight wide receiver type guys. And he's gonna want to get physical with Quingon or Kelee Ringo. Them dudes have to be ready. They have to. I refuse for our cornerback and Kelee Ringo be the Achilles heel. He better not. He better not. Telling you, man. And if he is, if you see any slippage in training camp, you got to make the big splash. You got to make the move. I don't know who it is, but you have to make the move if you feel like Kelee Ringo's not ready. And I will say this too. Kelee Ringo got the best opportunity to be ready. You got to go up against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith every day in training camp, every day in practice. A.J. Brown saying, he got all pro potential.
Keely, it's difficult at times. Going against because you go against him. I go against him a lot. He's definitely growing. You can see a different step with him. I'm not gonna put too much pressure on him up here, but you definitely see a different step with him, and he's hungry. He's competing at a high level.
We will see. I'm telling you, they giving a lot of checks to this dude, Kelee Ringo. He got to cash in. It's time to cash in. And this is not a segment to shit on Kelee Ringo. This is a segment of a fan that's seen the division get better. And I don't know about Kelee Ringo. I just don't know because he was a third string last year. Now we're telling that third stringer, hey, you might be first string. Or you going to be first string? Be ready. I'm speaking out of nervousness, man. I know the Ringo family, they come at me a little bit, but look, be ready. Just be ready, man. I'm hoping you're ready. All right. So let's talk about Jihaad Campbell. Jihaad Campbell, he's being talked about as the steal of the draft. Daniel Jeremiah talked about him, but he also talked about how the Eagles are making moves to stop the Washington Commanders and how Jihaad Campbell can be like a Jayden Daniels stopper. But let me play this clip.
There's 257 picks. The one that you say was the steal of the draft, Daniel Jeremiah. I need to know. You say this is the steal. It could be a first rounder. I'll tap dance a little longer for you to think about it. Could be second night. I'll give it to you. Day 3. What is it?
Yeah, if you're just, I'm looking at it. Just we said it at the time. I had Jihaad Campbell fall into the Philadelphia Eagles in the 32nd pick. He was my 12th player. And it just continues to happen every year. They get a value, and somebody that just kind of lands in their lap. And I think not only is he a good player, going to a great defense, who is the one team that they're going to be battling for the next decade inside that division? It's Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders, and he's like a Jayden Daniels type defender. Now, it didn't go great when he saw Jayden Daniels when he was at Alabama and LSU torched him, that year before, but that's going to be, I'm just fascinated to watch what these divisions are shaping up and what that battle's going to be, and watching one team try and build up players. The Washington goes out and gets offensive linemen because they know they got to block Philly. Mm-hmm. Philly goes out and gets these athletic second-level defenders because they know they're going to have to chase Jayden Daniels around all the time. So that might be the rivalry more than any other in the NFL that I can't wait to watch over the next decade.
I like to hear it. I'm not going to front. I like to hear it. But what I believe that Daniel Jeremiah is getting wrong is that we don't really just look at the division. We look at the whole landscape. Like, we looking at the Chiefs. We looking at the Rams. We looking at just the top tier teams, the 49ers, what they're going to do. So we just simply don't worry about the NFC East now. You want to win your division because it gives you a guaranteed spot as a home game, even if you the 4 seed, it gives you that guaranteed spot. So, I like the idea of Jihaad Campbell slowing down the second best quarterback in the division. So, I think that move wasn't just for Jayden Daniels. I think that move was just to make us a better team. Now, Washington, they might be doing stuff to slow down the Eagles because the Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. Again, the Cowboys get a wide receiver too because they want to be better on offense. Even though, in my personal opinion, they might need more. They probably need something on that defense. We will see. We will see what they do about that. But they got better. And again, even Giants, they got a quarterback. They got better. So, man, the thing is, it's just not the Washington and the Eagles. We worry about this whole thing because, to me, the second best team in the NFC was the Rams. It wasn't Washington. You seen what we did to Washington. Hell, we beat the shit out of the Rams, and they was the second best team. So we were, again, worried about the whole landscape. The whole thing. All right, so let's get into last topic. A.J. Brown speaks to the media. He talked about his engagement a bit, but talked a little football. But let me play this clip.
And if I could, it's been a rather big week for you. Yeah. How did the engagement go?
It went great. She said yes.
The planning and everything that went into, you have trumped every single man in America with this proposal. What went into that?
I just want to do something special for her. She deserved it. And I told her I was going to a award show, and she had no idea. And I'm glad I could put a smile on her face and her family's face. So.
And if I could, just one football question coming off draft weekend. You guys are back in the building. OTA starting up here soon. What is the message with this offense staying pretty much the same going into a new year?
It's always about evolving. We may not add a lot of pieces on offense, but there's always room to get better, and that's the only goal. And right now, we're just crafting, and we're just trying to maximize that as much as we can, and just continue to get better.
That's pretty dope what he did for his, now fiance. How she just didn't know. She thinking, oh, we going to an award show. Let me dress up. He dressed up and just surprised her. And again, he talked about football a little bit, how we brought back basically everybody and what's next. And A.J. Brown said the right things, just having the offense evolve. I think A.J. Brown, he want to get a bit more in that passing game. We will see how the offensive coordinator, how he plan this up. Will we be more 50-50 or are we going to be run dominant? I think we're just going to do what works. That's my opinion. Just do what works. Like if the run game working, cool, stick to it. The pass game working that game, cool, stick to it. That's the idea I think we should go with, but I'm not an offensive coordinator. I'm not an offensive mind in that room. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel? Kelee Ringo, we need you, big dog. We need you. Also, A.J. Brown, he speaks. How we feel about that. And Jihaad Campbell being a Jayden Daniels stopper. But this is Eagle Al, man. I'm out.